In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
These are Lawin headlines for this week. Former Houston teacher and Memorial Hermann doctor charged with new hidden camera allegations. Kilmar Abrego Garcia detained by ICE for possible deportation to Uganda. Vice President Sara Duterte calls President Marcos Jr.'s anti-corruption campaign a zarzuela. Philippine consulate inducted and reactivated a division of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary. UAAP strengthens medical screening after athletes' deaths. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce engagement post breaks records. Black Eyed Peas light up Manila with electrifying comeback show at Moa Arena.
Good day, I'm Krisha.
And good day, I am Yuo.
And tonight we bring you the latest stories in the United States of America.
Especially in the state of Texas.
So sit back, relax, and let Lawin Weekly News be our guide to the news that matters most.
A tragic workplace accident in Trinity County has claimed the lives of 3 workers, including a contractor, after toxic gas filled the sewer where they were making repairs. The company involved, H2O Innovation, confirmed the workers died from gas exposure. The incident has prompted a full investigation, with both the company and local authorities working to determine exactly what went wrong. H2O Innovation's president and CEO Frederick Dupre released a statement expressing deep condolences to the victims' families and loved ones. He said the company is fully cooperating with investigators and is committed to supporting the families and employees affected by this tragedy. The accident has shaken the entire team at H2O Innovation. Company officials say they are now reviewing safety procedures to prevent this from happening again. Community members in Trinity County are also mourning the loss, offering support to the families impacted. Officials say more details will be released as investigation continues. For now, H2O Innovation says its priority is the well-being of the families and ensuring stronger protections for workers moving forward.
Federal authorities are searching for 2 men wanted in the murder of a 13-year-old Oregon boy, and they believe the suspects may be hiding in North Texas. The U.S. Marshal Service says 21-year-old Anthony Hunter Jr. and 20-year-old Xavier Hirsch are accused of shooting and killing William or Liam Bailey back in April. A reward of $15,000 is now being offered for information leading to their arrest. Officials warn the fugitives may be traveling with a third person of interest and could be receiving help to avoid capture. Anyone found aiding them could also face criminal charges. Authorities are urging the public to share any information that could lead to an arrest. Tips can be submitted anonymously through Crime Stoppers at crimestoppersusa.org, or for direct contact, calls can be made to the Gresham Police Tip Line at 503-618-2719 or a toll-free at 1-888-989-3505.
A Houston area researcher is facing serious charges after allegedly stealing confidential breast cancer research data from the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center. 35-year-old Yunhai Lee has been charged with theft of research data and tampering with government records, a third-degree felony and a misdemeanor. Court documents show Lee resigned from MD Anderson on July 1st, planning to return to China, but he was stopped at Bush Intercontinental Airport when customs agents discovered about 50 gigabytes of research data stored in his Baidu cloud account. Investigators say MD Anderson owns the right to that data and had previously ordered Lee to delete it. He allegedly told officials he felt entitled to keep the files, citing his contributions over 3 years. Court filings also suggest Lee intended to use the data at Chongqing University in China, raising concerns over intellectual property theft and the misuse of federal-funded research. Federal authorities are now expanding the probe, looking at possible wire fraud charges. MD Anderson says Lee is no longer employed there and that the institution is cooperating fully with investigators.
A former Memorial Hermann employee is facing multiple charges after hidden cameras were found in hospital bathrooms. Authorities says 41-year-old Robert Schrader of Magnolia was arrested in Wednesday. He was first charged with 1 count of invasive visual recording, but now that's been increased to 7. Investigators launched a probe after hospital engineers discovered a camera during routine maintenance on August 21st, and another 4 days later. Court records shows that the devices contain more than 300 images and videos, including one of Schrader installing a camera himself. Deputies later searched his Magnolia home, though details of what they found have not been released. Schrader previously worked as a teacher in Cy-Fair ISD before resigning in 2011. Memorial Hermann has since fired him, calling the incident shocking and outrageous, and says it's working closely with law enforcement while adding extra security measures. Detectives are now reviewing the digital evidence to identify potential victims. The sheriff's office says more charges are possible as the investigation continues.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
Journey to self-discovery and mastery. Be bold, why not? Season 6 with MJ Concepcion every Monday 8 p.m. CST. Don't miss out.
Where every conversation is welcome at the table. This is Pink Table Talk with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Rice, spice, and everything nice. Welcome to the Philippine food scene with Adobo Queen, Nancy Reyes Lumen of Commissary Kitchen. Every Thursday 8 p.m. CST, Friday 9 a.m. Philippine time.
Austin ISD is hitting pause on plans to display the Ten Commandments in classrooms after a federal judge issued a preliminary injunction blocking the new law. Senate Bill 10, set to take effect September 1st, requires every Texas public school classroom to post the Ten Commandments, but families and faith leaders filed suit arguing the law violates constitutional protections. The injunction currently applies to 11 districts, including Alamo Heights, Northeast, and Plano. Austin ISD and Houston ISD were not named in the lawsuit, but Austin officials says they comply with court's ruling and will not display the commandments while the legal challenge plays out. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has already appealed the judge's decision. Meanwhile, Austin ISD says its legal team has secured dismissal from the case, but stresses the district will follow any court orders related to the law. The ruling underscores the ongoing debate over religion in public schools and the legal tug-of-war between lawmakers and the courts. For now, the future of the Ten Commandments in Texas classroom remains uncertain.
The Dallas Police Department is investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting in North Dallas. It happened Tuesday night, just before 8 o'clock in the 13800 block of Far Hills Lane. Officers were responding to a domestic disturbance call when they encountered a man reportedly armed with a knife. Police say the man had threatened people inside the home and expressed intentions of harming himself. When officers entered, they say that they confronted them with a weapon. Despite repeated commands to drop it, he did not comply. Officers then opened fire, killing him. The names of the officers and the men have not been released. Dallas police says a full investigation is underway to determine exactly what happened and whether procedures were followed. The department has promised transparency as the review continues.
San Antonio police are investigating a bold daytime robbery on the city's south side. It happened around 11 a.m. outside a security service Federal Credit Union, where a masked gunman targeted a worker servicing an ATM. Police say the suspect stole cash before fleeing in a white Audi SUV. The worker was not seriously hurt. Witnesses provided surveillance footage, which investigators are now reviewing. Authorities believe this case may be connected to other recent ATM robberies and attempted theft across the city. So far, no arrests have been made. Police are urging residents to remain alert, especially when using ATMs, and to report any suspicious activity. They're also asking anyone with information about the suspects or the vehicle involved to come forward. Officers say aggravated robbery charges are expected once the suspects are identified and taken into custody. For now, SAPD has stepped up patrols and surveillance in response to the rise in ATM-related crimes.
Sources with the Department of Homeland Security confirmed that Kilmar Abrego Garcia is now being processed for deportation to Uganda. Officials have not released details about specific immigration violations that Garcia may have committed, but they say that his detention follows existing enforcement procedures. Garcia's case has drawn attention because Uganda is not a common destination in United States deportation cases, raising questions about his personal ties to the country and how it factors into the process. Immigration enforcement has been under growing scrutiny, with advocacy groups calling for more transparency and fair treatment in deportation cases. DHS and Immigration and Customs Enforcement insist their actions remain within the legal framework. For now, Garcia awaits the next steps in his case, though it remains unclear how the process will move forward or whether additional legal proceedings may follow.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
Flared in Mexico's Senate on Wednesday, ending in physical confrontation between two high-profile lawmakers. Opposition leader Alejandro Moreno of the PRI clashed with Senate President Gerardo Fernandez Noroña of the ruling Morena Party during a heated debate over alleged calls for U.S. military intervention against drug cartels. Video from the Senate shows Moreno shooting Noroña several times, slapping him on the neck, and even knocking down another man who tried to intervene. The fight erupted after Moreno Lawmakers accuse opposition parties of supporting U.S. military involvement in Mexico's cartel crisis, a charge both PRI and BAN strongly deny. Noronha says he plans to file a complaint for bodily harm and push to lift Moreno's legislative immunity. Moreno fired back on social media, accusing Noronha of starting the altercation. Both men are already facing separate controversies. Morena under possible impeachment over alleged corruption during his time as Campeche governor, and Noroña criticized for owning a luxury home despite President Claudia Sheinbaum's call for modest living among officials. The Senate brawl comes as tensions rise with Washington, where U.S. officials, led by President Donald Trump, have pushed to classify cartels as terrorist groups and authorities' military action. Mexico's government has rejected that idea, saying it will not allow foreign forces on its soil. Meanwhile, the standoff extends beyond Mexico. Venezuela has deployed warships and drones after the U.S. sent 3 destroyers to the region as part of its anti-drug efforts.
Vice President Sara Duterte is calling President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s anti-corruption drive as a Venezuela and a circus, saying the crackdown on questionable flood control projects falls short of addressing the bigger problem. Speaking in The Hague, the vice president said lifestyle checks should cover all elected and appointed officials across government, not just those in the Department of Public Works and Highways. She added the probe should go beyond flood control projects to include all infrastructure spending, stressing that dummy asset holders of public officials must also be exposed. Duterte also expressed support for Manila Mayor Isko Moreno's action against Manila Representative Joel Chua, saying that contractors involved in ghost projects must be held accountable. The palace responded with Presidential Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro, assuring the public that lifestyle checks will apply to all agencies and will not spare administration allies. Several lawmakers echoed the vice president's call to broaden the scope, and Congressman Benvenido Abante said the judiciary should be included, while Representatives Terry Vidon and Eddie Villanueva back extending the checks to Congress as well. President Marcos earlier ordered lifestyle checks on DPWH officials after reports surfaced of substandard and ghost flood control projects.
A devastating Russian airstrike on Ukraine's capital has killed at least 21 people, including children, and left dozens injured. The assault also damaged buildings linked to the European Union and the United Kingdom, sparking swift condemnation from world leaders. Ukraine's Air Force says Russia launched one of the largest combined attacks yet, deploying more than 600 strike weapons, including nearly 600 drones and 31 missiles. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen called the strike another grim reminder of the war's human cost. In London, United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer accused President Vladimir Putin of sabotaging peace efforts by deliberately targeting civilians. Both the European Union and the United Kingdom have summoned Russian diplomats in protest. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the assault as a calculated attack on civilians, urging the international community to respond with united outrage. In Kiev, a day of mourning has been declared. Flags are flying at half-mast and all entertainment events have been cancelled as emergency crews continue to work through the destructions.
The Philippine Consulate General in Houston, in partnership with the Philippine Embassy in Ottawa, Canada, has officially inducted new officers and reactivated the division of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary, or PCGA. At a ceremony held at the Apolinario Mabini Hall, PCGA National Director Vice Admiral Manolita Felnar inducted 9 officers, and activated the 215.4 Division in Houston. Joining virtually, Philippine Ambassador to Canada Jose Victor Chan Gonzaga praised the officers for their patriotism and Bayanihan spirit. He said the reactivation of the Houston Division strengthens both the international presence and continuing relevance of the PCGA, which extends its service beyond the Philippines. Representing the consulate, Consul Von Ryan Pangui emphasized the PCGA's role in maritime cooperation, operational support, raising awareness, and uniting overseas Filipinos with a common goal: service to others and to the nation. Also in attendance was U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary Commander George Tate, underscoring the importance of the PCGA's growing partnerships in Houston. The PCGA is a 10,000-strong volunteer organization supporting the Philippine Coast Guard in maritime safety, environmental protection, and disaster response with divisions both in the Philippines and in abroad.
Filing taxes, dealing with tax debt, or facing IRS actions is stressful, but you don't have to go it alone. Call 832-674-0829 or visit www.taxresolutionesq.com.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit dizonlawfirm.com.
US Open champion Daniil Medvedev is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. On Wednesday, Medvedev was slapped with $42,500 fine following his heated first-round loss to France's Benjamin Bonzi at Flushing Meadows. Tournament officials penalized him $30,000 for unsportsmanlike conduct and another $12,500 for racket abuse, taking away more than a third of his $110,000 prize money. The incident unfolded Sunday night at Louis Armstrong Stadium, with Bonzi just 1 point away from victory in the third set. A photographer with revoked credentials disrupted the play. After chair umpire Greg Allensworth intervened, Medvedev erupted, arguing, insulting the umpire over the stadium microphone, and even riling up the crowd, which responded with boos and chants of second serve. The chaos caused a delay of more than 6 minutes. Medvedev fought back, rallying to win the third and fourth sets, but Bonzi sealed the upset in 5. This marks Medvedev's third straight first-round Grand Slam exit, following another loss to Bonzi at Wimbledon.
The University Athletic Association of the Philippines, or UAAP, is tightening its medical protocols after the tragic deaths of 2 young athletes during training. UAAP Executive Director Rebo Sagisag announced Wednesday that the league has reminded its member schools to strictly comply with pre-participation medical screenings to help prevent similar incidents. Sagisag noted that while emergency medical services are always present during official competitions, the focus now is ensuring that athletes are properly screened and safeguarded even during training sessions where the recent tragedies occurred. Just last week, UP basketball player Israel Friday collapsed during practice and passed away at only 19 years old. In June, National University's Ashleen Abong who also played for the Gilas girls, collapsed in training and died at 18. UAAP officials say that they are working closely with schools to strengthen health measures and better protect student athletes. UAAP Season 88 opens on September 19.
Pop superstar Taylor Swift and NFL tight end Travis Kelce have officially announced their engagement, sending social media into a frenzy. The couple shared the news on Instagram last August 26, with photos showing Kelsey down on one knee and Swift sporting a diamond ring. Her caption read, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." The post shattered records, hitting 1 million reposts in just 6 hours, the fastest in Instagram history. It now has nearly 10 million reposts and 31 million likes. The announcement also sparked a surge in followers. Swift gained 1.2 million new fans in just 24 hours, while Kelsey added 770,000, the biggest single-day jump ever for an NFL player. Even Swift's music got a boost. Her track Hit So High School saw a 400% spike in streams on Spotify after the news. Swift's 12th stadium album, The Life of a Showgirl, drops on October 3rd, while Kelsey and the Kansas City Chiefs kick off the NFL season September 5 against the Los Angeles Chargers. From the stage to the field, this celebrity power couple has sealed their love with one of the most viral announcements ever.
The Black Eyed Peas made a powerful comeback in the Philippines, electrifying thousands of fans at the Mall of Asia Arena Thursday night. The Grammy-winning group opened with their signature anthems, "Let's Get Started," "Boom Boom Pow," and "Rock That Body," instantly bringing the crowd to its feet. Each member also took the spotlight: Taboo with "East LA" and "In the Air", Will I Am with "This Is Love" and "Scream and Shout," while Apple the App delivered a heartfelt set that included the Apple song and Mabuti. Fans erupted when Apple surprised them by welcoming Sandra Park, also known as Dara, for their collaboration, "Too Proud." Rapper Easy Meal also joined him for a fiery performance of Bebot. The group later reunited for a string of their biggest global hits: "Pump It," "Don't Stop the Party," "Where's the Love," and "Cup the Night," with "I Got a Feeling" turning the arena into one massive sing-along. Between songs, Will I Am recalled meeting Apple the App at 14 and how Apple's dream of returning home to the Philippines became a reality through moments like this. The last time the piece performed in the country was at 2019 SEA Games closing ceremony, making this night a long-awaited celebration for Filipino fans. As we brace ourselves for the upcoming weather changes, let's dive into what you can expect day by day. Whether you're planning outdoor activities or just preparing for the week, we've got you covered with the most accurate forecast. Stay tuned with us as we take a closer look at the weather patterns that will impact our region. Remember, here at Lawin Weekly News, we bring you the clearest skies to the stormiest forecast.
Here is your Lawin Weekly News weather forecast in Houston, Texas. On August 31st, Sunday, the high is 88 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Skies will alternate between clouds and sunshine, but slow-moving, drenching thunderstorms are possible. On September 1st, Monday, expect a high of 85 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. The day will be mostly cloudy and humid with a chance for a thunderstorm. On September 2nd, Tuesday, temperatures rise to a high of 94 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. The day will be mostly sunny and warming up. On Wednesday, September 3rd, the high will reach 93 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Anticipate plenty of sunshine. On Thursday, September 4th, highs will be around 94 degrees Fahrenheit and lows near 72 degrees Fahrenheit. The day will remain mostly sunny. On Friday, September 5th, expect a high of 91 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly sunny skies continue. On Saturday, September 6th, the high will hit 91 degrees Fahrenheit with a low around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny skies dominate the afternoon with warm and pleasant weather prevailing.
So those were the latest stories in Texas this week. I am Krisha De Vera.
And I am Joel Pagani from Lawin Media Network. Have a great day.
Lawin Weekly News.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Lawin Weekly News.